We're live right now.
And we are live right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the round one of the playoffs for the Phantom Racing League Pro-Am Series. Tonight we got Richmond, the first race of the playoffs for the Pro-Am Series, originally scheduled for next week, but we had to push it back for some reasons. But I'm going to hand it over to my cohort, Elvin Priest, who's going to be in the booth with me, and let him send a message out there.
All right, what up, what up, what up? Elvin Priest in the building. Um, yeah, man, I'm excited for tonight. And before we get, over everything and talk about how crazy this playoff is going to be, I just want to reflect on some light on one of our drivers, which is MFF Edtho. And he's going through some very hard times right now. He had 3 surgeries and he's in rough shape right now, and we all hope him, to have a speedy recovery so he can be back on this track and just be 100% healthy. And just wanted to give him a huge shout out and update everybody. And from here on out, Ultra will be the new guy taking over as race control for the Pro Am because of what Ed is going through.
Yeah, definitely sending all the hopes and prayers out to Ed for a definite speedy recovery. But yeah, no, back to the Richmond race tonight. This is going to be wild. We're definitely going to see some heated battles, especially for the guys down in the bottom half of these playoff standings. Like you got MN Pro Trader right now sitting back there in ninth, right above that cutoff line, and Technosty there. Actually, no, he's right below the cutoff line. He's in the bottom four. Technosty riding that line too. So you got a lot of guys who have been really good through the regular season, just didn't have the kind of runs to make it a good run into the playoffs. But guys that I'm expecting to be really aggressive through this race to kind of set themselves up to have a good run and really not have to rely on Talladega in order to get them through the next round.
Well, you got to remember, man, we have Richmond, Charlotte, and Talladega, and what's the other one? There's one more. Damn, I forgot it. But those are plenty of tracks, all different variety, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens um with these guys. I know Kari is struggling. I think a few people are struggling for tonight, but Richmond is known as the turn to death track. We're gonna call it that right on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And um, it's gonna be interesting. I hope that we go green flag all the way, but it's definitely a tough track and definitely a driver track.
Yeah, it's New Hampshire. That's the other race. I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really, you want to be having good runs, and I know guys like Pro Trader and Technosy are guys that be very consistent, really keep their cars clean, not getting too many fender benders. So I'm really looking to see how they handle the pressure of really needing to do well in order to keep their season alive here right into these final races. And then you got guys like that you don't really have to worry about, like Ultra Citron, Mac Attack. You really don't have to worry about those guys having a good run because, well, they usually do. So
Well, you got to remember with that huge points lead that Mark McAttack has, he dominated the regular season. He was on rails the whole season, and in the beginning of the season or halfway through it, Ultra had the lead and had a few bad finishes and had things not go his way, but he's looking to turn it around for this playoffs, and he wants a shot at that championship, and I think he's gonna do just that.
yeah, that's something that he's going to be having in the back of those mind of those bad runs. Now you can have those in the regular season, but right now is the time where you need to bring out all the stops, pit strategy, running good on the racetrack, keeping your car clean. That is the ultimate test of the playoffs, is can you balance all of that while trying to be aggressive and advance your position, because every point matters, especially when you got the 12th place and 6th place only separated by 14 points.
Most definitely, man. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm excited.
I cannot wait. I just can't wait for New Hampshire because New Hampshire's my home track, but I've only said
Same
that
here,
about a
man.
million
Same here.
times. I've
Same
only said
here.
that about a million times. But, like, Richmond is like that kind of a sleeper track when it comes to tracks that produce good racing. Because
Hmm.
I was talking to Parley, who races in the Pro Series, and me and him were running a couple of laps, and I was talking to him about what lines you can run when your car's doing good and where you can run during bad. But usually Richmond is a bottom lane track. Bottom is key. Holding that bottom and carrying the momentum out of the corners is really how you run this track. But in turns 1 and 2, you can, because it's banked higher than 3 and 4, just slightly, you can kind of use that second lane. If your car is running a little loose, you can run up there, or tight, you can run up there and kind of get a little momentum out of the corner. But like you said at the beginning, turn 2 exit sneaks up on you fast, and if you're not careful, that wall hits hard.
Most definitely, man. It's hard to find that sweet spot at this track, and I really hope that this isn't a wreck fest. um,
Well,
eh, yeah.
I was going to say that's exactly it. This is the track where cautions breed cautions, especially when you are in the playoffs and you have such high stakes, and
Hmm.
you're someone who's in the back who can be consistent, but you're also trying to keep up with cars like Ultra Citron, Mark McAttack, and Kari,
Hmm.
who's another guy in the top 3. You're trying to keep up with them, so you're pushing your car through those corners, trying to find every bit of speed that car has in it with the setup that you have. So just one slight mistake trying to push it over the edge, and you're in the wall, whether it's exit of turn 2, in the middle of turns 1 and 2, or in the middle of any of these corners. One bad mistake, and you could be done.
Most definitely, man. It's going to be something to watch out for. And the main thing with this track, like I said, with sweet spots, is that rear needs to be tightened up. Like you can have that front nice and loose, and hopefully, you don't get loose off of turn 2. We keep on talking about turn 2, but we got to look at turn 4. Turn 4 is one of them turns. Like if you got that gear that has a little bit too much torque, man, you could be spinning the tires, and you could possibly get loose at that turn. We cannot forget about that.
Yeah, because turn 4 has a way wider exit, so you feel like you can carry more, and you kind of attack it a little harder than you would turn 2. But the problem with attacking it is at the end of the run, when those tires are real worn, you could spin, and if you're really losing the back end like you were talking about, you're spinning.
Most definitely, man.
So these guys should be right in the middle of qualifying right now. If I'm not sure who is streaming tonight. Now that
That is going to
unfortunately
be
Ed will not be
MN
doing
Pro
it.
Trader. MN Pro Trader
Oh,
will be streaming
perfect.
tonight. I just checked in, and I thought we were going to be not bald eagles, if you know what I'm saying. I didn't think we had
Mm,
any eyes, but we do have eyes. Got like 4 of them, you know what
nice.
I'm saying?
Heck yeah. So, what is his YouTube account?
MN Pro Trader.
Oh, it is? Cool. I didn't think it was going to be that easy, but what'd you get out of there? Cat drinking out of the sink. That's awesome.
Yeah, my cat usually does the same thing, or he tries to attack the water.
No, he's afraid of water, but alright, for some reason it is not coming up.
I think I'm just gonna use my phone. I was gonna put it on my laptop, but I'm just gonna put it on my phone.
Alright, so who else is doing it? His Pro Trader's not coming up.
I'm gonna send you the link. I think I sent it to you last time if you look in Discord. So
Uh,
that yeah, I sent you his link of his video last time, so yeah. He's not live right now though. He is not
oh,
live right
well,
now.
that'll probably be why. Oh, my knee.
We got a lot
Oh,
of hearts coming
boy.
in the chat. I never seen that, so thanks for the hearts. And
Definitely thank you for the hearts. Love that.
oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Puppety,
We love
puppety,
hearts.
puppety,
You
puppety,
know,
puppety.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And
Oh, yeah, send out the, yeah, heart and chat for Valentine's Day, baby.
oh yeah. So now we're waiting for these guys to finish up qualifying. They should be coming to an end. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think we about covered everything. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna try to stall right now and try to think about some stuff. What about some storylines? On who we think. Let's talk about picks. Yeah, let's talk about picks. I like that. We're gonna talk
Well,
about
if
picks
we're,
and let's
if
start
we're,
with dark horses. I'll let you go first.
oh, if we're talking dark horses, I'm looking at none other than Pro Trader. I've seen him. Actually, no. I think I'm going to go Technasi as my dark horse. I know I talked a lot
Hmm.
about Pro Trader having consistent runs, but Technasi's the one at the bottom of the standings who actually has a win. So I really think he's going to be my dark horse. And I think I'm going to keep my eye, because I don't want to pick Mark McIntyre because that's easy. I think I'm going to keep my eye on Kari today because he's up there in the top three in points. He's got 2 wins. He might try a little bit of strategy to try and lock himself in or get that win early. So I'm definitely looking at those two drivers as mine.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. For my dark horse, I gotta go with Nomad, man. He has a good car tonight, and I think this is gonna be one of the best cars that he has had all season long. I don't want to jinx him or give him a commentator curse, but he's gonna be my dark horse, and yeah, I expect a lot out of him tonight, man. He had a fast machine, and for your primary, who you going with?
I think I'm sticking with Kari for my primary because he's in, like I said, he's in the top three. He's got 2 wins. I'm expecting him to try and really take it to McAttack to try and secure a really good finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, for my
And
primary, I really got to think about it, man, because there's just so many fast people. And we got a newcomer coming to the field, and that's gonna be Shack Attack. He's known more in FTR, and he's definitely one of those fast cats that you need to watch out for. And yeah, I don't know if I'd pick him as my primary, but I figured he deserved a shout out because he's gonna be a guy to watch out for. And but my primary. I want to go with Mark. I know how hard he is working, but it's pretty
are they
obvious.
qualifying right now?
They are qualifying right now.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I'm not live with them right now. I'm literally watching the race from last week. That would make a lot of sense. There we go. Okay. Now I'm live on them. Gotta figure out how to mute YouTube.
That is a mute button at the bottom of the screen. And man, just look at our new outlet, like your little overlay. You know what I'm saying? I put some money into this thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you viewers can see that we got our sponsorship in the bottom left, and we got our beautiful logo that was made by Timmy.
Yeah,
And
no, definitely a cool new setup that we were testing out earlier.
oh yeah, and there's
And it's
definitely
only
more
gonna
to
get
come.
better from here if you guys want it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely more to come. It's not an easy task, but it's a fun one, and I like giving back, and this is definitely giving back. You know, it was pretty expensive, but hopefully you guys like it. So I think that they have finished qualifying, and did you get any invites?
I have not, no.
And I have not, so it looks like somebody is about to get beat up, guys, and it's not gonna be me.
Hmm. Oh, they have it paused right now. Countdown
Yeah,
is paused.
we need invites, man.
Yeah, we do.
It's okay, a little technical difficulties. We got a new admin in there, so
Yeah.
just working some bugs out. I think we're gonna be fine, you know, once we get a rhythm in. And I got an
Oh, there we
invite
go.
from.
Mac Attack just sent me one.
All right, perfect. And yeah, the invites are
There we
coming
go.
in.
I'm getting flooded. There we go. That's what we need to see.
Perfect. All right, I was doing some reading. Did you get any invites, Wallbridge?
Yeah, I got Portal Guy.
How many invites did you get?
I got one from Portal Guy and one from Mark and Mac Attack that disappeared. But
All right.
I got one, so I can get him.
All right, perfect. That we're just
Excuse
waiting
me.
on their call when to join, and we're gonna get this race on the show, guys. And we got one of Ultra fans in here, and hopefully he kicks some butt. I can't root for anyone because I'm a commentator. I'll have my picks, but I gotta stay neutral up in here.
No, definitely. No, this is going to be a good one once we get in there. Yeah, they're still working out the invite situation.
I told them they can go and just tell us when to join. So now we are waiting on their call, and
Yep,
they got a
45
copy.
seconds until race time. 45 seconds until the first round of the playoffs goes green at Richmond.
Most definitely.
And now what is the stage require, like the state, like pitting during the stage? What is that looking like?
It's 0-1-1.
Oh boy, short race, huh?
It's not a short race, it's just a short track, and that's what Richmond is.
Well,
uh,
yeah. I've just been so used to because Dover last week was like
oh yeah.
2-2-3.
No, it was like I think it was 1-3-3. Dover was
Yeah, it
definitely
was
a long
that.
race. Definitely an interesting
Yeah.
race. It brought some pretty good racing out of both
All
series,
right.
and we can join. We got the word, guys.
Here we go.
Yo, ain't no way,
I
bro.
love that I can hear the in-race
I
chat
just realized
and
something.
you at the same
So
time. What?
we're already running through some problems.
What?
I'm gonna mute my
What
mic.
happened?
Oh no, I'm gonna get in the race, but it's not showing what I wanted to show.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, while Elvin figures that out, we are waiting for the drivers to hit the track and get this night race at Richmond. Forgot to mention that. The best part about Richmond, because what's better than a short track under the lights, baby? And what better way to kick it off than the first round of the playoffs? This is something I wish New Hampshire would do, man. New Hampshire would be such an awesome night race.
We are good.
But
I
here
had
we
to turn my
go.
camera on.
Here we go. The cars are on track and we are green. Green flag at Richmond with Ultra Citron taking the pole. And
They're getting in position.
MMF Nomad to the high side.
They're getting in position.
Oh, they're getting in position?
Yeah, I think they had some lag issues go on during
Oh,
qualifying, but they got
I
it
wish I
situated.
knew that, man. I went there so heavy. Dang it.
No, it's okay, man. We'll get it. We'll get it next time.
Dang it.
Oh yeah, we're good. All right, here they go. They're going green now.
Here we go. Green flag. MFF Kari in second with Mark McAttack taking the point down the back stretch. First lap looking good as Kari is all over the bumper of that too. trying to just stay with him and see where this goes.
Most definitely, man. As you see this number 2, a Mark Mack attack, trying to create a gap between him and that number 12, and the 12 is still hanging there, but we still have the long run to worry about. Gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, with the long run, that's another sneaky part about this track is it eats through tires. So you gotta be cautious in the beginning, try and save your stuff a little bit, especially if you're some of these guys in the back here like Portal or some of these other guys in the back here that need to run like Technossi. Technossi could definitely stand to save some of his stuff. Or even Ultra Citron, who's running back here, which is very unusual.
Well, what I noticed when they had to get in position is they spread out pretty damn quick, and I'm looking at this number 62 of P Fulton, aka pushing P Fulton, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like he has a good car in his hands for the short run. It's only going to take some time to really see what these guys have on this track.
Yeah, and P Fulton, another guy down on the bottom, he's below that cutoff line. So really, another guy who could definitely use that good run. So him being in third right now, if he can keep this up, it'd be a wonderful day. Even if he doesn't even get the win, he's just looking for the points.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. But you can see behind Fulton, we have that number 8 of MFF Nomad, and he's looking to climb his way up to this top 3.
Yeah, he is. And another guy, like you said, you kind of thought he was going to have a good run today, and so far, sitting in the top 5 right now, if he can keep that going, he's definitely going to be one to watch out for. But another guy to watch out for, my dark horse, MN Pro Trader, who's also in the top 5, not really keeping up with the top 5, probably just trying to have a good run, find his racing line. But definitely another good run for him as Mark McAttack just continues to lead. Bakari not falling off. He's keeping up with him for the most part.
Most definitely, man. As you can see, Mark separating from that number 12 car of MFF Kari. And Kari giving a little bottom shot action, trying to stay up with that number 2. But you can see that this number 12 car is already getting loose coming out of 2.
Yeah, he is, but he's got a pass for third. P. Fulton to fourth. Move the 8 car of Nomad to third. A really good pass coming out of turn number 4 as we got Portal now moving up into the top 5. Making quick work of the field. Definitely something good happening in that car because he was near the tail end of this train at the start of this. Now moves himself into the top 5 and looking to keep it moving.
Yeah, Portal's looking really good out there. We just got to hope that he doesn't slip on some soap and hits that wall.
Yeah, just like I just saw the 8 car do. He went wide out of turn 4, giving the 62 the run to get right back to his bumper. The question is now, who's going to be the first one to make the mistake? I saw this battle with Nomad. I saw these guys get a little bit into the wall coming out of turn 2, like we talked about. And into the wall goes the 8 of Nomad into 62, as I say, going out of turn 4, another part of the track. We said it's going to be dangerous when you try and overdrive it.
As you can see, the lead that this 2 and number 12 car have over third place of MFF Nomad. And I think Nomad has a very good long run car, man. And it's going to be interesting to see how much he catches that 12 or if he even catches that 12.
Yeah, definitely. Nomad's a guy, too, to watch on pit road. He's definitely one to have the pit strategy to really keep him in these races. So we'll definitely have to keep our eye on him as actually MN Pro Trader really dropping now. He's already lost the 47. The 47 about 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of him. Now trying to get to the back of P. Fulton and try and take away 4th.
You got to remember, though, these guys do not have to pit at all. They should be able to go a whole run. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, no, it will be, especially with these cars getting looser and looser. And every time you hit that gas pedal, where you did the lap before, it might not be where you want to this lap because you could just spin it right out. And with some of these trains, you might get collected in an accident. Right now, though, that 2 car and the 12 are just a class of the field. Kari, I had a feeling he was going to be having a good run. He's been really putting in the work here. Definitely getting the setup right, putting in the practice time to try and keep up with that 2 car.
Most definitely, and you cannot forget, Kari has 2 wins under his belt, and he's the only guy to beat Mark McAtech straight up off of raw speed. We seen it at Phoenix, and it was amazing, man.
Yeah, Phoenix, not so much different in relation to this track, Richmond. So really, you just would you just take your Phoenix setup, tweak it a little bit because you're not really carrying as much speed through the corners like you would at Phoenix, and kind of tweak it to work it in Richmond?
I can see possibly taking some adjustments, but those are 2 completely different tracks and 2 beasts that you have to tame.
Yeah, but whatever he did, it's working. But right now, he's starting to lose that 2 car. That 2 car is starting to break away. But if we look on the back view of Kari, they're still breaking away from everybody else. As Nomad is actually starting to break away here. The 3rd place car, leaving all others to dust. As now, as I look back, Portal did make it past the 62. Move Portal up to P4.
Yeah, and we've seen this number 62. He is starting to fade like Lightning McQueen in Cars 3, and the long run is starting to happen, man.
Had to do it to Lightning. Had to. Oh, as we see some cars starting to really get loose out of 2. I just saw what I think was the 50. Yeah, the 50 car Shark Attack. Or Shack Attack, my bad. Just absolutely get loose out of 2 and have to dive it to the bottom to try and recover. So we're already starting to see the effects of tire wear and cars getting loose. And we're only through, what, 23 laps?
You're keeping the track, man.
Yeah, we're about 17 laps away from the end of stage 1. Right now is who can survive and keep their car the cleanest. As now the 62 car out of 2. Pete Fulton hits the wall. Gets loose out of turn 4. And move MN Pro Trader back into the top 5. As that 62 is now stuck on the high side. The 48 through. The 5 car of Technasi is through. Oh no! He was able to actually get in front of Technasi. I switched too soon.
As I was looking at Ultra's car, man, it seems like he has some damage to the front end of that number 23 Toyota Camry, man.
Oh, that probably got a little too loose. I think every car in the front end has some damage. But yeah, he's just trying to march it through the field. You know this is a guy you need to keep your eye on and really need to keep in the back of your mind because second in points and known for having good runs. But like you said, is this shaping up to be one of those ones he just wants to keep in the back of his mind?
Most definitely, man. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys adjust as the run goes on, especially when stage 1 finishes. What adjustments are these guys going to make?
Yeah, especially to not only tighten it up maybe a little bit, but to make it last as MN Pro Trader goes way wide through turns. He missed one, and it cost him the entire corner. The 48 of Shepard to his inside, but he gets a really nice turn 3 and 4 to keep side by side. They're drag racing down the front stretch, but Shepard ultimately, if he can hold a good turn 1, he will win the battle and move his car up another position as he is now inside the top 5. MN Pro Trader starting to really fade now as we get closer to the end of the stage. As now we come to 9 laps to go.
Yeah, as these laps are winding down, you can just see how much of a gap it is between first to fifth, as we got MN Pro Trader, I believe, in 5th place right here. And you can see P3 and P4 up there, consisting of Nomad and Portal.
Yeah, and like we saw and like I said earlier, Portal's moving. He's already on the back end of Nomad. After starting near the back of this field, he is really climbing and having really consistent speed, even with the tires fading. So can he really take the battle here to Nomad? Another position is another playoff point, which could serve a car like that, 47 a Portal, really well. But if I'm the A car, I'm looking to keep you behind me. As he goes to the inside now. To the inside through turn one. Oh, side-by-side drag racing it down. The backstretch. The Ada Nomad concedes the position. He knows Portal's faster. He wants to keep that car clean and keep it going deep into this race.
As we look at this 8 car, I'm going to keep mentioning him all night because if he's able to finish anywhere near this position tonight, this will be very good for him because I think he's a little further back in the points. I'm pretty sure of MFF Nomad. And I know Portal is definitely looking for these points as he missed one of the most recent races in the regular season, which was Road America.
Yeah, these two guys actually 4th and 5th separated by 1 point. That's the battle right now. Now it's 2 points separate these two in the point standings by just that pass alone. So these guys have a lot on the line this race.
How many laps we got to go?
We have 3 laps to go.
As we're going to get back on this number 2 of Mark McIntyre, and holy crap, look at that lead that he has over that 12 car. I'm pretty sure that's that 12 car. It's hard to see.
It is.
Mark got so much of a damn lead over him.
Oh my God, the 12 car is starting to fade real bad. That's going to be something he's going to be looking to change, is now the 47 has actually stayed relatively consistent. He has about 2 laps to go. So if this 12 car misses a corner at all, Portal might be able to actually take a fight to this second spot, but I think Kari's just going to run it clean, run it safe as we come to the white flag of the stage. As Mark McIntyre is just the class of the field right now. Whatever he has as setup is definitely wrong, long run fixated. But here he comes. He's coming out of turn 4. And across the line will be your stage winner, Mark McIntyre.
What a stage, man. It was definitely a weird one. I wasn't expecting everybody to spread out like they did, but it's going to be interesting to see what these guys adjust on their cars. Maybe go down a pound on that right rear or go down on that left rear for more rotation. It's going to be something, man.
Yeah, if you're a guy like Kari, how do you try to help that long run speed? Because in the short run, he was relatively good, but when it faded bad. So if you're a guy like Kari, what are you doing on pit road this time by to help that car?
I'm not in the car right now, so I would throw a ratchet at it, and I would hope for the best. But like, if he keeps finishing like he has been, you know, staying in this top 3, it's going to be a good points day for him. I believe he's 3rd in the points, and if he just stays in this top 3, he'll be fine. And I know Charlotte's definitely one of his best tracks, and that will be next week.
Yeah, as we come to green, as if I'm seeing right, Portal gained a spot on pit road. He's in P2, but right now it's your leader, Mark McIntyre, leading him to the green and turn 1 as Nomad, the A car, to the inside, takes away P2. Portal back to P3 as Kari stuck on the high side right now and falling fast. But actually able to stay right with the 48. Gonna try and chop the nose going into turn 1. 48 stays to his inside, but can he carry the speed out of 2? He does. He keeps the 4th spot. Had to earn it, though. But now the 48 stuck up high. But we're going to go back up here with Nomad. What a restart by him, all the way back in third, and almost took it to the lead there coming out of the restart.
As I believe I'm seeing this right, but I think that Shack Attack making his way up closer to the top 5, and the newcomer, you know, telling these guys like, hey, I may be new, but I can still run up here with you guys.
Yeah, and you love seeing that. You love seeing the new guy. Everybody loves an underdog story. Everybody loves rooting for the new guy. And Shack Attack is definitely giving him something to root for. And here he is in P6, looking to take a shot at the 48 to get into this top 5. As right now, you could throw second through fifth under a blanket with how close they're running to each other.
Most definitely, man. And you cannot forget about Technasi. He is the last week's winner, and this dude always, you know, he always has a strong car when he shows up, and I think he might be another one to watch out for. I think he's just trying to tune his car for the long run, and hopefully we see a huge improvement in the last stage, but only time will tell, man.
Yeah, Technasi right on the back end of MN Pro Trader, riding in the 8th spot right now, trying to get up to P7. Trying not to rub any fenders. Excuse me. Trying to keep it clean. But MN Pro Trader, if he keeps showing him the bottom, that might be another position for him. But I'm looking to see how Kari rebounds. He was in P2 at the end of the first stage. As I say that, him and Portal get together through the front stretch. Kari backs out, lets Portal stay in third, so that way they don't wreck down the front stretch. And Nomad having a really rough turn 2 exit. Portal back to his bumper as Kari still trying to find a way back up to P2.
Most definitely, man. And I'm noticing that 12 car is getting more looser than normal with more pressure on him, definitely. Because when he was in second place, he didn't have such a gap, and now he's getting pressure, and you can definitely see it.
You think that dirty air also that he really didn't have to fight with in that first stage that he now has to in this stage might be loosening that car up more, or maybe making it more tight?
I don't think it's making it more tight, because I think that would help him. I think he's getting more loose.
Probably.
And, it looks like maybe he's getting tighter coming out of these turns, man.
As now we look at the 47 Portal guy looking to move up to P2. To the inside of Nomad as they take it into turn 1 side by side. Portal taking a really shallow entry into turn 1, but he's able to make it stick. And now as they go through turns 3 and 4, Nomad, they make a little contact. Nomad going to concede the spot. Kari going to let it go with him. They make contact as well. Kari down the front stretch, dives it into turn 1. Nomad not able to stick with it through turn 2. He's going to give up the position, smack the wall, kiss it a little bit, and go back to P4.
As these guys are battling for just P2, you can see Portal starting to pull away, and we got a wreck!
Oh no, MN Pro Trader was in that! The 23! Oh, that's going to bring out the yellow.
Definitely bringing out the yellow, and sorry guys, I kind of missed that. I forgot where my controller was. My hands went up in the air when I seen that wreck, and the dual shock was gone.
And if you're Mark McAttack, you're getting shades of Dover. This is what cost you your race. Just cautions, cautions, cautions coming down pit road and losing precious track position, which at this racetrack is very important.
Most definitely, man. As these guys are heading down pit road, this will give people a second chance, if you will, to make another adjustment on the car. So Portal has been climbing his way up since, you know, putting more laps in, and maybe he has something for that 2 car tonight.
So if you're one of these guys in the back, like Technasi, or you know, another guy looking to have a good run, maybe even the 50 car, the new guy, are you trying, like, because that wasn't really a long run, are you trying like a 2-tire strategy to try and get a little bit of extra track position to prep
Honestly,
yourself more for the end of the stage?
no, I would never do that. But you know, some people are crazy out there, and it seems like nobody's doing that because for this track, you see people getting loose coming out of two, maybe four. You want as much rubber as possible, and you know, you'll live, hopefully. How many laps do we have to go? Do you know right now, or
We have about, if my math is correct, about 60 laps to go.
60 laps? All right.
Lap
That yeah,
15
that
of
sounds right.
stage
Yeah, that sounds
2.
right. That sounds right.
As
As
now,
we're
here we
seeing
go. The
Ultra,
cars are lined up. Oh, what?
we're seeing Ultra having some trouble getting to the front. I know he put a lot of time into his car, and I think this is probably like the first time that like he really worked on his car and you know, just going through some what's the right words? He's in a little slump right now, and let's see if he can overcome that.
Yeah, and if you're Ultra Citron, right now you're trying to put that in the back of your. He should be putting that in the back of his mind. You really need to try and just run consistent. Use these cautions to try and help your car. But right now, as we go back to the 2 car, we're coming back to green as Mark McAttack takes him to green and leaves him behind. What a restart. About 3 car lengths just off the restart alone. Has now moved the 8 car of Nomad back to P2. Portal able to use the outside to fend off Kari, who tried to get him through turn 2 as well.
As we see Nomad, the show mad, trying to, you know, keep up with this number 2 car, and he's definitely diving it. You can see it right here as he's getting him on entry, but when he does that, it's hurting him on exit, man. But I think everybody's just trying everything on this 2 car to see what's possible, especially in the early stages.
Yeah, trying to find the line that works best for your car. But right now, it looks like he's starting to actually kind of kick it back on entry and try and get more on exit. But as we go back now, I'm seeing the 12 of Kari really taking it to Portal. He is challenging him in the entry of turn 3. Wasn't able to get to his inside. Can he get there through turns 1? No. Portal able to hold him at bay for the time being. Gets a little loose out of 2, but able to keep it straight as Mark McAttack continues to stretch that lead.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this 12 car, and that thing's crunched, bro. I don't know what he hit, but it wasn't good. Yeah. That ain't good, bro.
Now as we see Shepard, who is involved in that crash as well, is starting to move that 48 back up. You hate to see it for a guy who is running in the top 5, but he's got the speed in that car. Don't expect to see Shepard riding in the back for too long. But I just saw a little glimpse of that 50. I completely didn't even see that Shack Attack is in the top 5. Technasi, though.
To do some attacking, man.
Oh, he might be if he's got the handle on that car, but he's got a mirror full of that 5 car Technasi. As now Kari really on the back of Portal right now, really trying to get that 3rd position and try and get back up there with the 2 and the 8.
Most definitely, man. And Check cracking the top 5. That is definitely something that you do not see, especially out of a newcomer. And it's pretty impressive, you know. If you look at 5th and 6th, these are 2 FTR guys. They are very familiar with each other, and FTR, one of our sponsors. Huge shout out to them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to take this time, too, because I did not do it.
Silly goose.
Through stage 1. I know, I apologize for that. That was my first time being the lead guy up here. But yeah, I was going to give a shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing, J-Space, Or JPay, sorry. Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, the Super Squad, Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, MinutePeach.com, and a new sponsor, Mac Attack Motorsports. If I said that right. I don't know if I said that right.
I think it's Mark McAttack, but we'll roll with it.
I couldn't remember if it was Mark McAttack or Mac Attack Motors, but yeah, definitely starting to heat up for this third spot. You can throw third through sixth under a blanket as well as Kari into the wall out of turn 2, trying to get a little bit of bump. And now the new guy, the 50, Shack Attack, on the attack underneath Kari out of 4, taking advantage of the mistake out of 2. And now stays to his inside. Can he clear? Kari, he does. Shack Attack, the new guy, up to P4.
And I don't think he's done, man. I think he really wants to get an interview tonight as he's looking to track down this number 47, a Portal guy.
And if he can really take the battle to the 47, this field better watch out, because the 47 has been that sneaky fast car. Who's been the car that was in the back, didn't really have a good qualifying, but has really turned his race around as of right now. But yeah, definitely looking at this 50 of Shack Attack.
Most definitely, man. Very impressed. I will say that.
Yeah, and Kari doesn't want him to have that spot for long. He is really trying everything to just stay on his bumper and wait for that 50 to make a mistake. As I'm looking up front now, Nomad is staying relatively good with that 2 car. Maybe lost a little bit of time over the last couple of laps, but overall, he is right with them.
Definitely improvement, man, from stage 1 to now. You can definitely see as these guys are starting to warm up to their cars, make their adjustments, and you could just notice the speed that they're getting faster on this long run.
Yeah, no, and Nomad definitely, as we're talking nice about him, he misses the corner. Shades up a little high into turn 3, misses turn 4 exit, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time. Not too much, but definitely not looking to have that this early, as now the 50 and the 12 get real squirrely out of 2 and really try to miss that wall, bobbing and weaving, trying to regain control, as Kari is right on the back bumper of that 50 of Shack Attack. Is now the Shack Attack is back on the bumper of the 47 of Portal. But Portal actually seems to have really lets him get close on entry, but really pulls away on exit.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Really surprised, man. Usually Portal's more of that dive it in guy, but things change as the 12 car gets into the wall back there, but he keeps it under control.
Oh man, and Tech Nazi had nowhere to go. The 12 car hits the wall, the 5 takes evasive maneuvers, but the problem is Kari did the same thing, so Tech Nazi had nothing else to do but check up, which really spread out this field now. But now if you're that 50 car of Shack Attack, you really don't have that pressure now. So now you can just focus on the 47 of Portal.
Yeah.
He's trying everything. He knows he has the car. He's been on the back end of that 47 this whole run. Oh, and as I say that, of course, I talk nice. Oh, gets way into the wall and way loose. Down to the inside, Kari to his outside now, trying to get by the 50. Just trying too hard, able to get 4th back, but man, what a moment he had. Took it all the way to the infield, grasp, able to keep it straight, but now back there with Kari and Technasi as now Portal and Nomad get a little scrunched up here, looking for a fight for P2.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been magnets to each other all race long. If this 47 falls back, it seems like the 8 does too, and they just can't get away from each other, man.
That's what happens when you're close in points. You're either a rival or really fighting for something. And Portal has really good entry through turns 3. Really sucks up to the back of that 8 car. Nomad might be feeling the pressure and being a little bit more cautious on his corners. And the 47 on the attack. Portal, maybe a little too strong, has to save it. Lets off at turn 2 to keep himself from running into that wall. Doesn't lose much time to Nomad as he stays right on that bottom. Has a really good exit of turn 4. Looking to get to his inside. Couldn't do it down the front stretch. How are we going to look through turns 1 and 2? About the same. This battle is going to heat up as we move on. Is now the 50 of Shack Attack, breaking away from Kari and Technasi and reeling back in the 47 of Portal. As the 2 car has just checked out and is looking to put the 55 of Keith too easy down another lap, if not down already one. Caught up in that wreck in the first, or at the start of this stage, as he now dives toward the bottom. As now we see the 5 car of Technasi on pit road.
Yes,
Green flag pit stops.
Most definitely, and it's making me wonder, when is this 2 car gonna go down pit road, and how many laps is there to go?
I cannot see because we have the lap time board up.
What a silly goose. Alright. Well, we got some guys playing.
There's another stream going on. Right now, Mark McAttack and Portal guy still out. Kari's still out on track. The 50 car of Shack Attack coming off the pit road, trying a little short pitch strategy to try and move himself up as Nomad now comes down pit road.
As all these guys have come down the pit road now, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys circle out. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think they would have to pit at least 5 laps early to catch that 2 car, but even if he did and he was there with him, he would just be even. And 5 laps, older tires to someone with freshies, it's not looking too good. If somebody did do that,
it's not.
And, I ain't catch that if somebody did.
No. Mark McAttack continuing, though, to run his laps. I think Portal is going to come down whenever Mark McAttack does. Because he's still continuing. No, as I say that, he's actually on pit road, now on pit exit. I thought that was Portal that was back there, but it is not. My eyes have failed me. As now we see Shack Attack coming out ahead of the 12 car of Kari, who's already been down, behind the 47 still of Portal. So not really a whole lot of change in the top 5, if I'm reading correctly. As now we see the 2 car, Mark McAttack, coming down pit road.
So with him staying out, he knows that he had such a big lead. He can just stay out as long as he wants, and when he comes out, he's gonna have, what is it, like 3 laps, 2 laps fresher tires than everybody. But the question is, how much time are these guys gonna gain on him?
Well, I mean, if you're the 8 of Nomad, that's exactly what you're looking at. I mean, this is the first green flag stop. You know you don't have that many of these, so this could be a good tester to see if you come down 2 or 3 laps ahead of that 2 car, as we now see him come around through turns 3 and 4 to get back with Mark McAttack, who's now on pit exit. Where does this put him now behind that 2 car.
As we can see that 2 car right ahead of Nomad, and still a tremendous lead. And yes, Elvin used a big word. I'm professional. Thank you very much.
Claps in the chat for that one. As Mark
Damn straight.
McAttack, though, Mark McAttack still being the class of this field, as Nomad trying to use everything of that car, unhappy with how those green flag pit stops might have turned out, and just overdrive an entry, trying to keep up with that 2 car, but it just might be that 2 car's day where no matter what you do in the field, it's going to be Mark McAttack, the guy you're constantly having to beat.
Most definitely, man. And right now, nobody has shown that they can keep up with this 2 car. Maybe on the short run, but as far as the long run goes, he's on rails.
Yeah, now we're seeing Portal getting back to the A car of Nomad, even through green flag pit stops. These 2 are right nose to tail just about with each other. As I'm wondering where Shack Attack, actually Shack Attack now behind the 50 or the 12 and the 5. So definitely the pit stops working for Kari and Technossi as Shack Attack now drops 2 positions after the green flag pit stop cycle.
You got to remember, he has nothing to lose. He's just trying to make an impression, and he already showed that he can run in the top 5 with these guys. It's going to be interesting to see what he does in the future.
Yeah. Right now, though, the battle for second getting tighter and tighter is actually, if you really look, Kari has been closing on these 2 drivers battling for P2. So definitely going to have to keep an eye on that 12 looking to join this fight.
Yeah.
As right now he's losing the 5 at Technossi. Technossi unable to really keep up with MFF Kari. As he gets a little squirrely at it too. Keeps the handle, keeps the car straight. Trying to really get it through turns 3 and 4. Really having a clean run right now, which is what he needs to do to get to these front 3, if not just second and third. As the 2 car of Mark McAttack just putting a 1960 level hurting on the field. As he is just outpacing everybody in the field today.
I think the last time we seen Mark McAttack do this, it was Gateway, and that was one of the first 3 races in the beginning of the season before you were here, Wallbridge.
Yeah, definitely. And the last race we saw him in, he was having a car like this and some late race shenanigans heated up, and he ended up really just hurting. That car did not look the same at the end of Dover after that 15 laps, the shenanigans went down.
And
as now we see a what?
I think it's clear to say that Mark is checked out. He's at the self-checkout aisle right now, man. He's at that machine.
Oh yeah,
right now.
Oh yeah, he is. As right now the battle for second really starting to intensify as Portal really having the clean corners as Nomad completely misses 3. Shoots up through turn 4 exit, and Portal shoots to his inside. As Portal now moves himself up to P2 and Nomad drops again. These 2 continue to fight for position no matter what lap it is, which I still can't see because we still have the time time thing put up. But
when they cross the finish line, I think it'll show it on the right side.
It will. I thank you for reminding me about that.
Awesome.
Right now, Portal starting to check away from this A car. He's driving past it as we now have 9 laps to go in stage 2. Totally forgot about that trick. As Pro Trader right now, riding in the 9th spot in the battle with P. Fulton, who really had a good run at the start of this race, just unable to keep it. As now this is actually a battle to stay in the top 10. Pete Fulton to the inside, trying to hold it steady. He does move Pete Fulton up to P9.
Yeah,
As
you
we're
can't
still
forget
seeing
about pushing P. Fulton. That dude is a rapper, and he's wrapping it up over there.
Yeah, he is. Is right now. Him and Shepard are just going toe to toe for position. As now Shepard moves to his inside and is going to take away that 9th spot as well. So the 48 car trying to improve on a little bit of a down day. As we now have 6 laps left to go.
It looks like P. Fulton's a little bit loose on entry. Maybe brake bias adjustment. Maybe he just went a little bit too low. And he's getting too loose on entry. Unless that little swerve was a little bit of lag. Not sure. But we are going to move back up to the front. And Portal has passed Nomad. And he has made a gap. So, yeah.
The only problem is he's made a gap to the 8, but he hasn't closed down the gap to that 2 of Mark McAttack, who is just, this is dominance unlike we've never seen, I don't think. We got 4 laps left in this stage, which if I'm anybody else in the field, I'm like, thank you. This car needs work right now if I'm to keep up or even be in the same ballpark as that 2 of Mark McAttack.
Honestly, Portal would probably love to get the win, but these are very good points that he has been racking up just in this race alone.
Yeah, definitely a second place finish and finishing second, I believe, at the end of stage 1. So definitely, you hate to have just a car that dominant leading the race, but if you're a Portal guy, for the overall points that you're getting, you love seeing it. Now we got 2 laps left to go as Mark McAttack leads him to the white flag. 1 lap left in stage number 2. No, that was actually the stage finish.
You lied to everybody. That is crazy.
I did lie to everybody, but I also didn't know that Pro Trader was a lap down. Or that I wasn't live on his stream. That would also help.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Look, all right, rookie errors, okay?
It's okay. We're all learning here, man. We're all learning.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta thank some of our sponsors here as we are at the end of stage 2.
I was just getting to that. We would love to throw a thanks out there to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, and MinaPeach.com. And Mark McAttack for also sponsoring Phantom Racing League, as the cars have come off of pit road and are looking to take it to the green flag for the final stage here at Richmond. Green flag back in the air as Mark McAttack leads him down the front stretch, and Portal, staying to the outside, dives into turn 1. Trying to get to the 2s outside. He's there, tries to cross over. Mark McAttack throws the block as now the 8 car runs into the back of Portal. 2 is inside. These 2 cannot stay away from each other as Nomad throws it down. The 47 gets stuck. Here comes the 50. The young rookie of Shack Attack gives the spot up to Portal, but stays underneath the 12 of Kari. They're still side by side down the front stretch. He cleared. No, he doesn't. Kari stays to his outside, but he clears him, moving him into P4.
As Shaq saying, I'm here to get a top 3 or the win. They're showing some aggressive out there, but we just seen one of the most aggressive moves all race long as Porto tried getting under that number 2 car to make sure that he didn't pull away, and was just a little bit too short.
Yeah, it didn't help that Nomad absolutely shot it into turn 3, gave Portal a big bump through that corner, getting him loose, and then dropping him down to P3 and moving Nomad up to P2. If I'm making a move like that, I better be confident that my car can hang with this too, because it really looked like, that the 47 of Portal was going to have something for the 2-car Mac attack, but right now, Nomad does as well. He is really, sticking with that number 2. But if we're looking at this 3-car battle for third, Portal gets loose. Here comes the 50 Shack attack to the inside. He gets under him, gives him a little bump into turn 3. Move the rookie to P3. As Kari goes with him to P4. 50 car Shack attack. Definitely not one that we were thinking we'd need to look for. We did talk about him at the start of this, but we didn't think he was going to be P3.
Yeah.
Absolute crazy run, but here comes Kari. Gave him a little shot coming out of turn 2. Shack attack missed the bottom, giving the Kari the run he needed to get up to his bumpers. Now he's to his inside. Kari trying to get P3. He's going to get it. Shack gives it up, gives it to him. Real sportsman-like move. He knows the 12 car is faster at the moment. Doesn't mean he's not going to fight for it back, but for the moment gives him P3. And we'll see if Kari can really take it to now the 2 of Mark McAtack and the 8 of Nomad, who are starting to break away from these guys. And Nomad really keeping it close with the 2 car of Mark McAtack right now. So definitely making the right changes on pit road.
Most definitely, man. And Nomad just keeps on getting closer and closer as each stage ends. And if Nomad could be a sleeper and sneak in that win and spoil the party for Mark McAtack, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy, especially for a guy who's definitely been one of the more consistent guys in the field. I don't think he's cracked that win yet.
Most definitely.
If I'm not mistaken.
I believe he only has 1 top 3.
Oh, that's crazy. So definitely would be the point stay that he would really want to have, especially when the points battle where you're at is so tight. Yeah, has 9 top 5s through these races, but yeah, top 5s and getting up here in the booth and getting interviewed are 2 totally different things.
Most definitely, man.
Right now, he's starting to lose ground, it looks like, on that 2 car of Mark McAtack. Car could be fading just a bit, but he's still sticking with him. His car really hasn't gained any sort of ground on these guys, as the 50 car really hasn't lost any ground on him. So I'm still keeping my eye on Shack Attack to really make the splash here again. But he's under siege right now by the 47 of Portal, who is looking to make the move to Shack's inside, trying to take away P4 to the inside. They both overshoot turn 1, make contact, but Portal able to clear Shack Attack and take away P4, as now we're seeing Kari getting up there and getting a battle going with the 8 of Nomad.
Yeah, I don't think none of us were expecting Kari, but it seems like Kari did some adjustments to that car, and he got himself a little long run machine, and Now he's after this 8 car. As we got a little squirrely out of there, but still got on control, and he's still making time on this number 8 car.
Yeah, and this is a guy who started the race off really well. He was right up with that 2 car before the end of stage 1. Just had a terrible start to the stage 2. Was never able to recover, but right now really showing what that 12 car can do, especially on the long run here. As he is on the back of that 8. As we now have 61 laps left in the race. Is now 60 as Mark McAtack comes across.
It seems like this 3rd place is up for grabs because it's switched out between a few people. I believe we've seen Shaq there in 3rd place at one point. Portal, Nomad, this 12 car now. It's what strategies are we gonna see in this stage? Maybe 12 car takes a risk, or maybe this 8 car pitch maybe a lap early on this 12 car, and maybe can hold him off at the end.
Right now, it's if you're Portal or Shack Attack, because we can't forget about them because they've shown top 3 speed as well. So maybe they'll try a little short pitch strategy. Maybe not too short because definitely tires do matter on a track like Richmond. But I wouldn't still, even though they're falling back, I would not be counting them out of this top 3 battle. But this this 2nd place battle is really heating up. Kari all over the back of Nomad. And we've seen when Nomad gets into these nose-to-tail fights that the 8 car has a tendency to overshoot the corner and give the bottom up like he does in turn 1. Here comes Kari. Move up to P2 as he now looks to run down the 2 car Mark McAtack, who is really hoping that battle would take just a little longer. But he has broken away from 2nd place now by probably a good half a second. As the 12 car continues to try and run him back down. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how this 12 car reacts to this 2 car, but just from them battling, you can see the 2 car he got another car left out of it, so it's going to make it even harder for this 12 car to run him down if he has the long run speed like that 2 car does as he hits the wall, as I'm talking about him. What the hell, Kari?
Yeah, that's the announcer's curse. You can't talk nice about nobody, and that allows the 8 car of Nomad to suck right back to his bumper. But I think Kari's driving right out of the windshield because he's really not losing any time to Mark McAtack. So I'd be looking to see him try and keep it steady, keep this distance. And I think if I'm Kari, if I can keep this gap or keep it close to this gap, I think when those green flag pit stops come, I'm going to be going whenever the 2 car comes down and try and stay on his strategy and just improve my car a little bit more on the long run. So that way I might be able to give him a fight at the end of this stage.
Most definitely, man. As you can see, this 8 car falling back on this 12 car. This is something that we were not expecting. This 12 car, like I said earlier, he definitely improved on his long run. Just a little bit of mistakes here and there, and I think Kari is going to do some crazy stuff because he's a young kid. He knows a little bit about strategy, and I know he ain't going to settle for 2nd.
No, Kari's definitely a guy who wants to see victory lane, wants the confetti showering on him. But right now, you got to rip it from the clutches of that 2 car of Mark McAtack, who has just been the class of the field. Right now, as we see, looking through the field, everybody really finding their piece of real estate. As the 47 and everyone behind him continues to just lose track of the top 3. But right now, though, the 12 car seems to be losing touch. Just a little of that 2 car Mark McAtack not able to really keep that consistent long run speed as the 8 car gets real loose at it too. Seeing him catch that car down, up and down the back stretch. He's able to recollect it get it back going straight. These last
I
couple pit
I
stops
just
going
want
to
to
be
shed some
interesting.
light, man. I gotta shed some light on Ultra, man. He has been having a tough race, battling between what it looked like to be maybe fifth through seventh. It's hard to tell. I don't know what place Shaq's in right now, but he's been having himself a rough race. But hey, there's always next week. That's what you gotta say, and that's the motto to keep up with. Same with Shepard as he's having a tough race.
Yeah, and those guys riding nose to tail as it looks like Ultra Citron either got really loose at it. He just got loose at it too. I thought he was going to come down pit road, but no. Wow, what a crazy sequence that was.
No, I think he was doing the worm.
Yeah, showing off
Not
his
gonna
dancing
lie.
skills.
Oh yeah,
Oh, and
definitely.
now gets real loose at it too, has to collect it and into the wall. Ultra Citron just not having the day you expect to see from that 23 car. As now we
Oh,
go back up to P2, and Nomad gets past Kari and goes back to that second spot.
what a long run car that this 8 car has, and I don't even know if it's the 8 car. I just think the 12's making some mistakes. He's just getting too loose for him to handle. Little controller warrior out there, and he's not on a wheel, so it's definitely harder to drive those loose cars.
Oh yeah, no, I did a couple of practice laps, and as soon as that car gets loose, man, those sticks, your thumb goes crazy trying to really, especially out of turn 2, trying to regain control of a loose car. It is no fun at all. So definitely props to him for being able to keep that car as steady as he is. Right now, we're seeing the 50 car back here at the back end of this top 5. No, excuse me. Really under siege right now by the 5 car of Technosy. Another car looking to have a good point stay as the 50 misses the bottom, but the 5 does as well. Is now the 44 of MN Pro Trader. 2 is inside, looking to get the 6th spot and try and move his car up inside the top 5. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. As the 50 car just missed a turn, it looks like, and this 44 car is, he's getting to that bumper fast. You die on me? Well, rest in peace to Wallbridge, as we got some pit stops going on, and consisting of the 847, and it looked like the, I didn't even see it, not gonna lie, the 44. And we got a train coming down pit road.
I just realized I was muted. Anyway, we're gonna forget that happened.
Intelligent.
I'm so smart. It's awesome. But hey, as now we see the 2 car of Mark McAttack coming down this time. So he's not gonna do the same thing he did at the end of stage 2, or in stage 2. Sorry, he's not gonna stay out for a very long period of time. He's coming down this time.
Smart move.
So
Definitely
we're gonna see. So we're gonna see now.
Move, man.
That was my toothpick.
Your toothpick? That is crazy.
Yeah, no. It is. But no, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this 8 car of Nomad to see where he comes out in relations to that 2 car. As right now, the 12 car of Kari, who has moved his car into second. But on, I believe, 2 laps older tires, comes out behind the 2. So the short pit for Kari actually helps improve his position and really gets him away from that 8 car Nomad, who is back there with who else? The 47 of Portal. These 2 cannot get away from each other.
As we look on to that number 50 of Shack Attack, he got the train behind him, and it's only consisting of 3 cars because everyone's so spread out, but it seems like he's trying to make a gap between him and that 44 and number 5 car.
Yeah, which would be pretty easy for him because right now Technossi and Pro Trader are trading blows for that 6th spot, trying to see who's going to be taking the fight to the rookie to get into the top 5. But Shack Attack breaking away from those two and trying to reel in that 47 of Portal to move up back into P4. Right now, Kari struggling to keep up with the 2 car of Mark McAttack as those 2-lap older tires are going to start showing their wear relatively quickly as Mark McAttack starting to break away from Kari.
Lap count?
I just missed it. They still have the timing thing up. 32 laps to go.
Within these 32 laps, it's gonna be something. But these guys, holy crap, they are spread out. It seems like if this 12 car can just keep it still, he's gonna come home with a top 3. And behind that, 3rd and behind, was it Nomad? Yeah, it's Nomad. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Nomad and Portal.
Still a Magnet and yeah.
Yeah, his Portal is definitely going to have a fight for P3. Nomad misses turn 2, allows Portal to gain just a little bit of extra ground on him. That's the one thing with Portal, that he's got the top 3 speed, but it's just when that car starts getting loose, he misses the corner and allows these guys who really have their cars stuck to the bottom, allows them to get underneath them and fight for the position. So we're going to see, as this race comes to a close here in the final 30 laps, what can this 47 do to get himself the finish he wants and move up into that 3rd spot.
As I'm looking behind him, the biggest battle on this track right now is definitely that 50, the 5 car, and the, just wait for it, I'm going to get to it, hold up, the 44. And, yeah. By the way, we're on PlayStation, everything NASCAR. Make me interrupt my commentary, she just right across your face, you heard?
Yeah, I know. And if you're the 44 of MN Pro Trader and Technossi in that 5, you really want this rookie out of the way because that rookie is taking a point from you. But if you're Shack Attack, you want to say, hey, no, I can race here. I'm here to show that I can be in this league, that you're going to need to know my name because I'm going to be here looking to race maybe a couple more races, maybe even a full season next year.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see how much this number 50 car improves throughout the rest of the season that we have now and going through next season. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and he's showing it. And I think he is having a good welcoming to Phantom. Definitely a very competitive field out here, and you don't get an invite to this league unless you're that fast. He definitely shown it in other leagues, and that's why he got picked. So definitely putting on a show out here.
Yeah, he is, and the best part about it is too, he's keeping it clean. He's keeping it respectful. If there's a car to his inside, he'll generally just let the guy go by. He knows that if he's under him, he's probably faster than him. So I'm not going to wreck your day, especially because I'm not running for points. You are, so I'm going to concede the spot to you, which is very good if you're a guy looking to race a little more in this league. You want to try and make not friends, but you don't want to make enemies either.
Honestly, screw all that. I'm trying to win.
Well, he's about a football field away from our leader, so I don't think that might be in the cards because, I mean, Mark McAtack has absolutely checked out. Is that going to bring up? Oh, hard into the wall as Technosi's going to get by him, too. I just saw that happen on stream. As now 20 or 19 laps to go, I want to say, or 20. No, I'll say 19. Right now, Mark McAtack. Yeah. Right now, Mark McAtack just class in the field. He's about to get to the back of Keith and put him a lap down, and he now sees Pete Fulton in front of him. Another car to go a lap down. Not what that 62 is looking to have today. After such a strong start, had a really good qualifying session, but just hasn't had the race to back up that short run speed. Definitely hate to see it for that guy. Is now Portal moves to the inside of the 8 through turns 3 and 4 and takes back that third spot. P3 heating up as now Technasi has caught the back of Shack Attack. In the 50, trying to take away that final spot in the top 5. Valuable points the top 5 gives you. It might just be one, but one is enough to get it done. And can he get by? Shack Attack, as Shack Attack misses the bottom in turns 1 and 2. But Technasi also a little loose out of turn 2. Able to stick with it and keeps the fight on for P4.
I'm just gonna open up the door a little bit. I noticed we got 7 viewers. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You better ring that bell or else I'll ring it for you. By that, I'm gonna ring your head. You know what I'm saying? And you better hit that thumbs up because you don't want that thumb going somewhere you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So just hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see amazing racing like this, because that's all Phantom Racing League provides.
Yeah, no, Nomad now back up to P3, sorry, gets to the inside of Portal. Portal absolutely missing turns 1 and 2, but here comes Nomad missing 3 and 4. As now Portal to his inside, gonna take back P3, but Nomad gonna try and squeeze him. Down into turns 1 and 2, but Portal able to fend off the fight. Clears the 8-car Nomad as they make contact into turn 3. But Portal gonna hold on for now as Nomad does the crossover. These two cannot stay off each other as they fight for this third spot. As now Nomad takes it back. But Portal has a good 1 and 2. Back to his inside. What a fight here for P3. Portal misses the corner, hits the apron, almost gets into the quarter panel of the 8. Doesn't, though. Keeps it straight. And Nomad able to hold on to P3. What a fight for this third spot we got going on right here. And it is not over as Portal is still stuck to the bumper of that 8 car. Trying to get a wide entry into 3. Gonna dime in the corner. Gonna try and get a good exit. As he does, he gets a run on the 8-car Nomad. To his inside, Nomad gives him the bottom. But turn 2 is one where you can get a good exit. Have a little bit of a run. Portal able to stay with him as they go down into turn 3. Side by side still. As they come out of turn 4. They're still neck and neck. Nomad. Overshoots turn 1 and 2. Tries to get a run. Portal gives him a little bit of a squeeze as we are now under 10 laps to go.
With 10 laps to go, can this 50 catch this 8-car and 47-car as they keep on battling? You notice how close that 50-car was getting until he made a slight mistake and slammed the wall coming out of 2. Yeah, especially if these top two keep battling as we are now 7 laps left in this race. I did say under 10. I did not specify. We are at, I believe, 7 laps left
as now the 8 and the 47 continue to battle, but as long as they keep battling, the 50 car, the rookie of Shack Attack, keeps closing. As now we are down to, I believe, 6 laps to go in this race. As the 50 car trying to gets a little squirrely out of turn 4, has to take it to the bottom through the front stretch. As now Portal starting to break away from the 8 car of Nomad. Shack Attack starting to reel in the 8 of Nomad. What can he do here in the closing laps as we are now within 5 laps to go?
Oh, will this 8 go? It's Jack going for the move. Going under the 8 car.
Oh, to his inside. Yeah, he goes to his inside. Like I said, though, keeps it clean, keeps it respectable. And he's now up to P4. Can he, in the final, what is it? 3 laps to go, potentially. Can he, in the final 3, take the battle to that 47? As now we see Mark McAttack coming out of turn 4, seeing the 2 fingers in the air. 2 laps to go for this Mark McAttack 2 car to be able to secure the first win in the first round of these playoffs, as he comes now to see the white flag. As now we see the 8 car Nomad into the wall. Oh no, unfortunate circumstances for a car who really needed a good run. But now with the 2 car down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Oh, it was actually 1 to go. Sorry, now we're at 1 to go.
All right.
Played it safe. Mark McAttack, though, continuing to lead. Looking back at the 47 and 3rd, the 50 is not with him, so we're not going to focus on that. As now the 2 of Mark McAttack will come out of turn 4 and win the race at Richmond.
What a clinic that Mark has put on. He's not locked in, though, but that dude has so many points stacked up. That's like a treasure chest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know what happened to Nomad. You said that dude, he lost all them positions, and after running top 3, that's something that you don't want to see if you're a Nomad. Rip in the chat, guys.
Yeah, no, and if you're a Nomad, definitely not what you want to have to see, especially when you had a top 3 car. You were fighting for 3rd, but he just overshot the exit of turn 4, creamed the outside wall, and just dropped. So definitely unfortunate one, but definitely can't wait to hear from Kari, who had to battle back a little bit from a bad start to stage 2 and come back in 2nd. I wish we were talking to that rookie, man, because he would have been a fun one. But we're going to talk to Portal and really get to hear about that fight with Nomad.
Most definitely, man. I think Nomad just got too loose, and you could see it. That's why that 50 car caught him. And I just realized something. That 15 car was invisible for us because of a glitch in the game. It said he was out of the race, but he wasn't, and I never saw him. So
No, I didn't either.
He's literally a ghost. So I'm
Yeah,
calling
but
him Casper. Also, Wallbridge, can you get the top 3 into the booth? Because when I hit the thingamabobber, it shows a lot more information than it would for you.
Oh, shoot, can I? I don't think I have.
You just add them to the chat if they're not in the chat already. I know Mark's in the chat, I'm pretty sure.
Shoot.
I can do it on my phone.
Yeah, let's do that.
I scared you, didn't I? Why don't we thank some of our sponsors before we go into our interviews?
Yeah, while we're waiting for that, let's let's do the shout out. I was going to do it after the interviews, but we can do it before. Got to pull it up. I know I said it enough times today, but I have very poor memory, so we're going to give a big shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing, LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, ESMN, the Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, and Minipeach.com. And Mark McAtack, who also just started sponsoring the series. So I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, though. If you guys enjoyed what you see, once again, please hit that subscribe button. Maybe give it a like if you really liked it. But definitely, if
We got 10 people
if you
watching
want
now.
to,
Yeah, definitely hit that shit.
if you like what you see, I promise you it's only going to get better from here. Especially during the Thursday races too. We got Thursday events that are even better than these Saturday events, if not the same. So please definitely subscribe. You're not going to want to miss it. These playoffs are going to be crazy.
Most definitely, man. And you're gonna have to do all the interviews, but I'm about to add Kari, and I believe Kari finished third.
Yeah, he did. No, he finished second. It was
He
Portal
finished
that
second.
finished third.
All right, cool. Why is his name not popping up?
As we have Mark McAtack in the booth.
How we doing?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Wallbridge, can you try to invite MFF Kari to the booth? Cause it's not showing his name. Rip in the chat.
Right. Actually, Mark, can you send the invite? Because I don't think I have everybody as a friend on here, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to do all the back windows. So Kari and Portal.
Portal's in
we
here.
already
I think
got
we just
Portal.
need Kari,
We already
I
got
believe.
Portal.
Oh, we do. Wow, I literally saw his name. Portal, I am so sorry. Oh, F in chat this time.
I sent Kari at once, so hopefully he should be.
Thank you, because I do not have him as a friend, and I don't know how to do all the backdoor stuff to try and sneak in an invite to him. Well, while we wait for our second place finisher, I'm going to get to P3, the guy who saw so much action tonight, Portal, who finishes in third. Portal, you and Nomad could not get away from each other at any point in this race. You guys were constantly battling. Walk us through not only those battles, but your race in general.
Well, first off, I want to thank, before I say anything, I want to thank Elvin Priest, Parley, and Nomad for the help with the car. Always appreciate it whenever they take the time to help out. And big thanks to everyone at MFF for just everything they do. But yeah, through the race, I mean, just one of those standard, we just somehow were able to get through it with no accidents, keep it in the top 3, top 5 most of the race. And felt like it could have been a spot better, but it's hard to do that when you get ran over and used up by 2 people early on the final stage, and you got to use everything you can to get back up. But I'd say we rallied well after that unfortunate incident with the 50, who just needs to learn what brakes are. But yeah, definitely a good race for the 47 car. I'd say it was a perfect way to start the playoffs, and good racing with Nomad, kept it clean, kept it fun, and just absolutely awesome to race around like that.
Yeah, and we saw at the start of, what was it, the final stage, I think it was stage 3 entry, where you were right on the back end of that 2 car. What was it that we saw you get? I saw the moment you talked about where you got hit. What happened over there, and how hard was it really to catch back up after losing all that ground?
Well, But yeah, like I said, the thing with the 2 car, I probably maybe could have stayed with them like a lap or two if I was right against him, but I could just never get that inside to stay right with them. I'd always have Nomad or someone else on the inside and just get trained. And then with the 50 car, he just take my line, he dives it in, just decides to use me up, and then right after that, you got the 12 car right behind. I just get hit too. So I mean, it was just like a 2 for 1 going
Yeah.
into 3, and then like I said, I had to, Kari's able to go back up and take advantage of that after using me up, and then the 50 I was able to get back by him. So yeah, just stuff like that makes it gonna that's gonna make it a bit harder for at least the 50 car at Charlotte because I'm not gonna be as friendly. I mean, I've already said it. It makes me sound hostile. I'm tired of getting ran over like that. I've said it before, and it's happened more times than I can count. I'm done. I'm saying it. I'm saying what I'm saying it how it is. They don't like it. Tough shit.
Yeah, but hey, P3 is still a definite good finish, especially at a track like Richmond. What is it from this race that you're going to look to take into the next 3 races in this first round to kind of use it as a momentum piece,
Like,
if
well,
anything
mainly
at all?
like what you just said with the momentum, just use this. Definitely a great way to start off my run, especially with the first 2 stages, third, second, third for a finishing order. So, that racks up a couple good points. So, going into Charlotte, that's another decent track of mine. So, yeah, New Hampshire definitely might be a struggle, and Talladega, that's anyone's game. So, just feel like if we just can dial in Charlotte, get good results there with especially with an extra stage there and utilizing those extra points, and just have an okay day at New Hampshire, and then just go to Talladega and just do what we do. I mean, I'm confident to at least make it through this first round and make the round of 8, but anything can happen always. So I just gotta use this as a reminder to say, hey, forget about most things. Just go for as many points as you can. Just collect, collect, collect. Get as many points as you can, and just prepare yourself for that next race.
Yeah.
Keep yourself high up there with the standings.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely want to give you a congratulations on not only P3, but giving everybody who is watching tonight a show because we were really focusing on the battle between you and Nomad. But definitely a congratulations on P3 and a good luck to the rest of these playoffs, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move now to P2. Another guy who saw a lot of action tonight, MFF Kari. Kari, walk us through that race, man. You had to fight all day just to get back to that second spot.
Yes, sir. Well, before I start, I want to thank my MFF crew for helping me out. Last minute resorts. Um, so, coming to the green first stage, the car felt pretty good until we got to the long run. When we got to the long run, the car start feeling loose, and I couldn't control it. So I just had to do all I can. And coming to stage 2, I tightened the car up a little bit, and it was still loose, and that's when the accident. I don't know if it was stage 2 or stage 3 when the accident with Porto, but I don't know what the 50 car was doing, but tried to get on my brakes, but Porto was just, it felt like he stopped, and I just couldn't get slowed down fast enough. So that accident happened. Apologies to Porto. But yeah, the car was still loose. I still couldn't control it a little bit, but it was better, but not for me. So we pitted, and I made some more adjustments. The car, it still felt better a little bit, but it wasn't to my liking. So coming into stage 3, I made a lot of adjustments, and the car felt better. I was be able to keep control of the car in the long run. And when we pitted, I tried to get a advantage on the pits, and luckily I did. I thought I had something for Mark for when I pitted, but I didn't. Just had the fresher tires and came out above me. Go into him, and I just had to hold second place. And as I was like finishing the race and stuff, I come to figure that my gas, well, I didn't think I was gonna make it, so I had to save a lot save some fuel a little bit and hold on to that second place position.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun one. You definitely dropped back to P4. Walk us through what. No, well, actually, you did walk us through all that. But what are you gonna take? I should ask, because this was a really good finish for you. I picked you to be one of the guys to watch in this race. What are you looking to take from this race to kind of propel you momentum-wise, as I asked Portal, as we move on into these playoffs? Like, what tracks are you really looking at that you can do well at?
Well, I know I have to do very good at Charlotte. That's like Portal said, it's one of his better tracks, and it's one of my better tracks too, because I know for New Hampshire, I'm not so good there. I'm just terrible at that track, so probably I have to. It's imperative that I do good at Charlotte, like Las Vegas. Put a little bit of practice into Charlotte Roval. I think that's on the schedule, and we just have to see what we can do from there.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, want to give you the congratulations on a very well-deserved P2. You're one of the fastest cars in the field, and we can't wait to see what you can do in the rest of these playoffs, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And we now move to the man of the last hour and a half, if that. Mr. Mark McAtack, your race winner, really the class of the field, Mark. What was it about this car that made it a rocket ship today?
Yeah, it was definitely one of the best cars I've had, honestly, probably anywhere. Put a lot of work into this setup and a lot of time, a lot of practice in, and it certainly paid off. I want to thank Elvin, as always, for allowing me to race in the Pro. Again, I've had a lot of fun this season, and look forward as we progress in the playoffs. And overall, the car, it was really good, really short run. Long run, sometimes it would get a little loose, but it was at least manageable. So just glad we were able to have a pretty non-eventful race and able to bring home the win here today at Richmond. So looking forward to the rest of this round here coming up with Charlotte, I believe, next week. So hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said the car got loose. I couldn't tell because no matter where you were in the race, you just seemed to be on rails. Walk us through how you're going to really approach an attack. I don't want to sound cliche when I say this, but like, how are you going to bring the fight to the rest of these playoffs knowing that you are probably the car to beat moving forward?
Just got to keep taking it one race at a time, honestly. Just try not to look too far ahead. Got some good tracks coming up. And, with the point situation and with getting the win, I can now kind of be more aggressive as far as strategy goes, kind of. If there's a race where I'm not running as well, we can kind of take more aggressive chances to maybe get track position again if I'm not having the greatest of races, and just it opens up the playbook, if you will. So, I'm glad that we kind of have that in our bank to where again I can just be more aggressive and go for wins. Really, is all I really want to go for now. So, yeah, hopefully again we can keep it rolling going into next Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious with a guy who's had a season like yours. Is there any track in these next three races that you're a little shy of going to, that you really don't think or that you think is one of your weaker tracks?
There's a couple. Honestly, I think the next two, Charlotte and I believe it's New Hampshire.
Yes.
I'm not I'm not bad there, but I know I can definitely be better. So definitely, again, just got to keep practicing, get the setup dialed in, and then Talladega at the end of the round. That's anybody's race. So, got some interesting tracks coming up where honestly anybody can win. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully again we can have a good, clean rest of the playoffs and keep it rolling.
Definitely, and we look forward to seeing you near the front of the field, if not in the front of the field, through the rest of these playoffs. So
Appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
believe that will be it for the interviews. I do not have control of the stream, so I am not the one to say that we're out. So
I got
I
the
just have to wait
power,
on Elvin.
baby. I got the power.
As Elvin's in my ear, waiting to give me the
All
cue.
right, guys. Well, we're gonna end it here. Mark McAtack getting the win in the first playoff race. He's not locked in. It's not when you're in. It's a little bit different. If you want to see how we do our points, you could look on our website. And yeah, we're gonna head out and we're gonna end this damn thing. So you better hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, we're gonna have issues. I already told you earlier. Don't test me. You better ring that bell, because if you don't ring that bell, you don't want to know what's gonna happen next. You better give me a thumbs up too, because I thought I did a good job. And